If you've fallen in love with the look of disposable cameras but hate the waste and the cost aspect of it, maybe it's time for you to upgrade. In this video, I'm going to talk about everything you need to know to upgrade from a disposable camera to a reusable film camera. First, let's talk a little bit about why you should upgrade. First of all, it's kind of expensive to keep buying disposable cameras, where of course film is still a little bit expensive, but there is a cost factor to just buying film instead of the whole camera every time. A big factor is the quality as well. So I know that you're going for that grungy look with the disposable camera, but having a little bit more reliability when it comes to your film rolls can actually save you a lot of money and is just more fun in general. So getting a reusable camera where you have a little bit of better quality and a little bit more reliability is definitely a good thing to do. Of course, there's also the aspect of sustainability. It's not that sustainable to keep buying new cameras just for them to get disposed. Of course, film is not the best when it comes to sustainability in general, but at least you're not getting a new camera for every 36 shots. And then creative control. You have more control with some of these cameras. Of course, some of the cameras I want to mention are still very, very simple, very basic, easy to use, but we do get into having a few more options. For example, turning the flash on and off, or choosing your film stock. Those are just some of the creative choices you can make when you're reusing a camera rather than just going with the film stocks that are available in disposable form. So what do you need to look for when you're buying a reusable film camera? This might be your first film camera, so it's important that you understand just a few key aspects of it. So you love the look and simplicity of using those disposable cameras, and I totally understand that. There's nothing more fun than getting your film roll back after a blurry night out. But there's a few options that you can consider to keep that same feeling and still get just a little bit better value and a little bit better quality. So let's break down a few of the cameras that are available. If you want to keep it super affordable and keep that grittiness of disposables, we have the Kodak i60, which I actually have right here. I'm going to start shooting with it this week, so maybe I'll have some photos to put in here. And also, these are just really cute. The design of this, they really put some effort into the design and keeping it retro looking. So I think these are just cuter than disposable cameras. I know that's important. We have the Kodak H35 series, is also very fun. These are actually half frame, so you get double the shots for each roll, which if you're looking to save costs, getting those half frame shots is a great option. And presumably you're not using these cameras to make billboard sized prints, so you don't need that much resolution. You don't need the grain to be super fine. These are just for fun shots, so getting those half frames is a great option. And also the creative aspects of doing half frames, having those negatives with the two shots in it, it can be really fun. It can be a really good creative challenge to put those together. Then another series from Kodak, the Kodak M35 and M38, another great option if you're looking to save some costs and just keep it super simple. You can get all the details on all of these cameras and see if there's something specific that you want. Just look through the description on our website and, call one of the experts if you have questions. Just because they're lower level cameras does not mean that you're not entitled to your information. So those cameras are the closest to disposable that you're going to get, but you can also upgrade even further and get something like the Pentax 17. That camera was released last year and people love it. It's a great option if you really like the look and feel and the aesthetic of the disposables, but this camera actually gives you a ton of creative control and is super reliable. Of course, it's a little bit pricier than the previous category, but it comes with a lot of options. The Pentax 17 is also a half-frame camera, so all of the benefits of having half-frame are present, but there's so much creative control. There's even automatic settings that you can use, so you don't have to be a camera expert, but you can learn a little bit more about photography by using the options that the Pentax 17 provides. And I think this is a really great option if you want those like family snapshots, going out shots, everything that you need those flash disposable shots for. I think the Pentax 17 is a great option. Another option in this more elevated category is the Rollei 35AF. This is a film camera, but it actually features LiDAR technology that senses the distance to the person or object that you're photographing, and it uses that to determine photos. So you have good autofocus. And I know that's another issue for the disposable camera. Sometimes the focus can be off or just difficult to know whether or not your subject is in focus. And this camera really helps with that. The autofocus is very reliable because of that LiDAR technology. And I think that's pretty cool, combining an old technology with a new technology. with these more pricey options, you do get better lenses, and I know that that makes a difference because you're not going to be able to exchange the lenses. That's kind of the joy and simplicity of these disposable-like cameras. So you need to like the lens that's on the camera, and these pricier options, they usually have glass lenses, and that does make a big difference for sharpness and just general quality of the image. You can also look for used point-and-shoot cameras. I, for example, use this one, which is from the 90s. Very fun. And of course, these are going to be a little bit more unreliable if you buy them online, but you can actually check out our used department. All of the cameras have been tested, so you know that they're working. And these were super popular in the 90s for family photos, and they can create really fun results and still have some options when it comes to creative control. And then finally, if you're really just looking for the aesthetic of those disposable film shots, but you're not really sure about the logistics and the cost of film, you should check out the Fujifilm X1/2 that was just released. This is a digital camera, but it has a bunch of features that emulate shooting film without you ever having to develop any real film and the hassle that comes with that. I think the X1/2 could be a really fun family or going out or travel camera. So here are a few quick tips to make your transition to a reusable camera a little bit more smooth. You have to be a little bit patient. There might be a learning curve and you might not get the results that you want immediately on the first roll of film, but don't give up, just keep trying it and learn what works best for your camera. Then test some film stocks to see which one you might like best. There is not one best film stock, it's very personal, so you just gotta figure out what you like. And then keep it simple and don't overthink it. That's why you're coming from the disposable cameras, because of the simplicity. So just because your camera has a bunch of settings, potentially if you get the Pentax 17, you don't need to know every single setting to enjoy the camera and to learn and to start shooting with it. Don't get overwhelmed by all of the buttons. You don't need all of the buttons. You'll learn them when you need them. And then lastly, take advantage of the community. Participate online or at in-person events and see what others are creating, or maybe even get some feedback for your photos. There is no entry requirement for these communities. Just because you're using a camera that might not be as expensive does not disqualify you as a photographer. If you're taking photos and you have a love for photography, you belong in these communities. Don't let anyone intimidate you. Don't be afraid to ask questions, don't be intimidated. Just try to figure it out and have fun shooting. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.